Sermon in the sack here. You haven't seen me do this, have you? I don't know what's in here. My wife and my son took something in here, and I need to take it out of here and share with you something about God based upon what's in here. And sometimes they put strange things in here. A book. Shoeless Joe. Anybody ever read this? Shoeless Joe. It's written by Kinsella. What's his name? W.P. Kinsella. This is the book upon which the Field of Dreams movie was based. Have you been to the Field of Dreams? You guys live in Iowa and you don't even visit your own neat place. You got to head over there. Over that way. It is. It's over that way. Huh? Yes. Where they filmed the movie, Field of Dreams. Neat place, neat story. If you build it, they will come. Sometimes we get that thought in our heads. If we build it, they'll come. That's not a biblical basis or a biblical way of building a church. You realize that? In fact, nowhere in Scripture can you find where God told New Testament Christians to build a building. I'm glad we have one. Now, if I were to come into a church that did not have one yet, I don't know that I'd build one. Might just meet in homes and rent celebration space for Sunday morning. Or if we did decide to build a building, I wouldn't build one of these. Nice little room here that we use for 1 hour on Sunday morning, takes up a whole lot of space, takes up a whole lot of resources for heating, for cooling, expensive wood stuff around here, and it gets used 1 hour a week by 15 or 20 people. I built a multi-purpose room that we could use for Sunday morning worship, that we could use for fellowship meals, that we could use for Bible study, and that we could make available to any and every other group in the community the other days we weren't using it. Amen. We'd have Boy Scouts there, we'd have Girl Scouts there, we'd have a mentoring program there, and women's quilting group, all these other things. Start a food pantry out of it. We might still do that in the basement here. But sometimes we get this idea. We'll build a building and they'll come. God's plan for building the church, and I'm going to preach about that more here in a few minutes in the Big Kids sermon. God's plan for building the church is each one of us invest our time, tell our story, give our lives into the lives of others. Disciples, making disciples, making disciples. So this is a good book. In fact, those of you who like to read, I recommend this. Certainly if you like baseball, this would be a good book to read.
Loading out my books. Thank you.
That might originally be mine anyway.
It has your name.
I'm not worried about it.
And Field of Dreams is a good movie to see. If you haven't seen that, I'd recommend that. It's a lot better than some of the other stuff that's out and about right now. But when it comes to the church, let's remember, building the church is not build it and they will come. It is be it, and they will become it. We got more